Thanks for staying with us right here on Sunrise. Well, that's the music of Revolution there, and the song is called Ngenze Njani Na. This Friday morning, we're coming to you live from St. George's Hotel in Irene, just outside the city of Tshwane. And we are at the local economic development conference together with the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, as well as small business development. Now, as we continue this morning to find out more what this conference is all about and exactly how local economic development impacts the different communities across the country, we're joined this morning to take us deeper into that from the Bojanala region, Mike Mokhatsi, who is an LED practitioner there. Good morning to you, sir, and thanks for joining us.
Morning to the viewers.
Thank you. So, as an LED practitioner in the Northwest province in Bojanala district, what exactly do you do?
Local economic development, it's a department which must support SMMEs, which is dealing with different enterprises, and you are also facilitating different programs of capacity building in ensuring that our local economies is being developed, and also to ensure that at the end of the day we achieve objectives of economic development.
Now, coming to the conference, you know, there's conversations around policies, strategy, you know, frameworks and things like that. But you work on the ground within a community. Just take us through how what happens here on the conference exactly impact on what's happening on the ground.
You see, the conference, it emphasizes on the policies that are existing. And we are also going to sharpen our approach in terms of how do we approach development, challenges within development. But what is happening presently, it's like I'm saying, it's sharpen our approach, so that when we are at the ground implementing LED, we should be able to implement it according to the policy, and we should be relevant to the challenges on the ground. Like we know that employment is a very serious challenge.
Yes.
So now, coming out of this conference, we must be able to sharpen our approach and review all this approach that we are doing in order to address our challenges.
What are some of those challenges that you face in your region specifically? You spoke about how youth unemployment is a big challenge, you know, and in most traditional or rural settings as well. Access to just, you know, opportunities and skills is also a big challenge. But you're trying to get the people to be involved in local economic development. What are some of the things that you have to face?
Some of the challenges we are experiencing on the ground. The biggest one is skills, the capacity, skills development. We are trying to move our economy to the level that is being required in terms of matching our challenges. But you see, skills is one of the biggest challenges. So on the ground, we must come up with plans and programs that will be able to address this challenge of skills development. Number two, we have high rate of unemployment. Now we need to come up with programs that will ensure that we reduce unemployment rate. Now at the ground, that's where things are happening. I'm sitting at the district municipality, whereby I'm supposed to support 5 local municipalities that falls under the district. So all our programs and plans, we need to channel them in such a way that they become relevant to each and every scenario in each and every local municipality, because challenges that seem to be similar, but they are not 100% similar. Each and every area, it got its own challenges, especially we've got municipalities which are highly rural, whereby they are not, they don't have the basic infrastructural requirements. So talking about LED, it's an overarching program that must see to it that infrastructure, capacity building, access to information, access to markets, all these programs, they must be implemented within LED. Okay.
So being here at the conference and looking back at some of those challenges, how are you going to revise what you've already been doing?
One of the very critical steps that we learned from this conference, as from yesterday, is to look at economy in a broader sense. The element of cross-border issue, whereby as a municipality, we shouldn't be with a box mentality of only looking within ourselves. There are programs that can cross our borders into other municipalities, into other provinces. Now, there was an example made yesterday whereby we were shown in the Karoo several municipalities implementing one program whereby they are being facilitated by SALGA. So when we look at our areas, there's a real cross-border issues of economy that ourselves as municipalities, we are looking to, especially district municipalities, we must look into those issues, sit down and come up with a comprehensive program with support of COGTA and SALGA.
What kind of programs do you currently have within your municipality?
Presently, we've got a program such as AgriPark. AgriPark is a program that is being implemented nationally, provincially, and district as well as local municipalities. It's a program that ensure that there is capacity of farmers, because this one is more on agricultural sector, how farmers can be able to leverage their challenges in order to be able to produce quality beef that the market requires. So these programs, it ensures that feedlots is one of the steps that can make farmers able to produce quality beef. Those feedlots are being established in different areas. We are going to have an abattoir where all these cattle will be slaughtered. We are going to have veterinary services offices who will make sure that these animals are healthy before they go into public. And then you are going to have facilities which will assist farmers to produce their different enterprises at a certain center. They call it an FPS, which is Farmer Production Support Unit.
Okay.
That's one program. There are many programs, but this one is one that presently we are fully engaged with.
So in the programs that you have in addressing local economic development, how do you deal with challenges around, making sure that the programs are proper for people who, when it comes to issues of poverty alleviation in those communities, and at the same time that you get young people who might find themselves in vulnerable situations because they don't have enough skills to contribute to economic development, that they're sort of like upscaled in a way to be able to contribute maybe at a later stage?
You see, as a municipality, we are correctly positioned to work with all the stakeholders. We've got SEDA, which is looking at the enterprise small skills development and enterprise development. We've got the provincial departments, which are with their different mandates. We've got IDC, etc., etc. Now, as a municipality, especially at the district level, we need to come up with a program that will ensure how we'll get youth involved in our programs. Previously, there were some attempts of involving youth in other programs, but you see, sometimes these programs, they take long before youth realized profits, and then youth, they cannot stay long in such projects, so they abandon the project. Now we need to come up with a plan of ensuring that within a certain period, even though this project or program is not generating income, how can we make sure that we have some stipends, or sort of, let's say stipend for now, that will keep this youth running whilst their production is still in process. So those programs are the one that is ourselves as the municipality and the province we are coming up with.